effect when you play with her nipples as well. Now, when you play with the woman's belly button, I get more of most women I find have a more vaginal response there because the nerves in the belly button actually tie into the vaginal wall as well.
Hmm.
It's a matter of just learning, learning the roadmap.
Just get a medical book.
Nah, it's not that simple, man. Women don't get turned on by gynecological exams.
Well, that's because they're not in the right frame of mind.
What? That's the weirdest thing I've ever heard anyone say. That's because they're not in the right frame of mind.
Well, they're not thinking sexually. Then they're thinking like, if they're healthy or not. It's a
Dustin,
different thing.
hey, Dustin's gonna go get the phone book.
Oh dear
Phone
God.
book.
So is the
That's
reason
some
why I'm
weird
not
shit.
enjoying my prostate exam is because I'm not in the right frame of mind either?
Yeah, probably.
Probably not.
If your doctor lit some candles and put on some music, maybe you just I don't.
No, I think that would make me a bit more uptight, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on
Especially
over
if
here,
you didn't have
Dustin.
any pants on.
Dustin, let me give you an example. Come on over here in my office. You like air supply? Here,
I do
bend
like air
over.
supply.
Dustin's gonna spit
They
on
put
you, man.
sexual. If they put sexual healing on the stereo.
No, 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 that's Marvin Gaye.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay.
I like that song though.
You know what? If I was a gynecologist, I would totally do that.
That would be creepy.
I know it would be. I would just do it for shits and giggles. I mean, in the waiting room, have Marvin Gaye playing "Sexual Healing, Baby," while they're waiting for their exam. Dude, that would be a trip. Or what would be worse? Be a proctologist and be playing YMCA. Billy Gibbons. Maybe some Liberace.
I've kind of always wanted to read. There's this book called "And the Band Played On," but it's like a huge book though. But kind of like to read it.
Do you like to
Like
read,
it's about.
Dustin?
Well, not really, but if I'm interested in the subject, I can read. But it's kind of hard to get into things. It's like all about like how AIDS started. But not really. It's like the
How
early
AIDS
days
started?
anyway.
What the
Yeah.
hell?
Okay, is this another book that talks about how AIDS got started by a dude having sex with a monkey?
No, it's just like no, it's just about how like the early years of it, like when it first showed up, and they thought it was gay cancer, and then it evolved, and
Gay
like the
cancer?
early years.
What's gay
Yeah,
cancer?
that's what they called it, gay cancer.
Is the writer called Daniel Slack?
Well, it was called gay cancer, then it was called gay related immune deficiency, and then it was called acquired immune deficiency syndrome.
Well, actually, there are actually some historic pathologists. I forget what they're called, but they're like historian pathologists that have been taking tissue samples up from graves from like the 1800s, and they're now saying that the HIV is evolved from a previous type of disease. So it could be that AIDS was around for years. They just didn't know what it was until like the 60s and 70s.
Maybe. Well, it wouldn't be the '60s. It would be like number around like 1976 or something
No,
like
no,
that.
no, no. AIDS was around since the 50s at this point now, officially.
Really, but nobody had it.
Just
Well,
no one had a diagnosis for it. You have to remember, we're talking about a virus. We only recently have been able, from like the 70s and 80s, have we been really been able to see how viruses truly, function. A lot of it has been theory. It's only
So what are
because
you
of
saying?
recent. Go ahead.
So you're saying like a lot of people just died of pneumonia and they didn't know what it was?
Right. Yeah. Think about it. If you didn't know there was such a thing as AIDS, but all these people were dying from pneumonia, what would the cause of death be?
Well, they would say pneumonia, but
Exactly. I mean, people with AIDS die of secondary infections. But the same is true with a lot of, like, STDs anyway.
people still die of STDs. I didn't. If they're untreated.
Excuse me, people die of flu nowadays.
If they're old.
Actually, you'd be surprised. My cousin's husband is in a coma because he got the swine flu. He's in Oregon right now, and it attacked. I'm not really sure, what the specifics are, but it attacked his respiratory system, and for some reason now he's in a coma. They think he's going to come out of it. It's just, I mean, I never thought the flu would cause a coma.
Mm.
Who are we talking about?
Dustin.
Mike. Oh, I thought you were talking about who we talking about.
Yeah. Who's sick? Who's in the coma?
My cousin's husband.
Oh.
Mm.
Well, sorry to hear that, Danny.
Yeah. I've been giving her legal advice because they didn't have a will, they didn't have a power of attorney, a durable power of attorney set up or anything like that. So I'm making her go to get a conservatorship over her husband. What it is she's trying to apply for Social Security benefits, and what she told me is they need him to sign the paperwork, but because he's in a coma, she said that all you have to do is get him to, just put a pin in his hand and sign it with his hand. And I'm like, no. If he's incapacitated, that's forgery. And you can go to jail. And plus, since it's for Social Security, you'll be attempting to defraud the government, which is like prison time. So yeah, I'm just helping her with that issue.
Yeah. It's a lesson. You got to get all those things in order.
Yeah, it is.
Nobody thinks that far ahead, though, especially when they're like only in their 40s or something.
Hello, brother. Welcome back.
Yeah. It can happen anytime,
Well, we've got to be man enough to look at the fact that we are mortal.
Really?
I mean, it's great that we can live day to day and everything, but the truth is, if we really care about our families, we have to admit to ourselves we're going to die, and we have to prepare our families for that.
I'm not going to die. Why do you think I'm going to die?
Because I've seen everyone else die.
Because we want
Oh, well, thought, all the same thing. Thought he'd pissed himself, looked down, and he had. Self-fulfilling prophecy. I'm not going to die. I'm
You will
close
live
to it.
forever.
I'm going to live for as long as I live, but I'm not concerned how long I live.
Thinking about having my head frozen, but I don't know, that still could be dead.
Well,
For
dude,
what?
see, if I'm going to have anything frozen, freeze my body, do the whole thing, not just my head.
Well, you put you on a better body, though.
It's cheaper.
Take everything you own, sell your body, sell everything you have, and go out with a huge fucking bang.
But you're dead, so there's nothing you can do with it.
No, I'm saying sell it before you die.
What a very pleasant conversation.
I'm thinking, retirement is what, 60, 65?
Oh,
So,
75.
if you take everything you own at the age of 60, and then you become your own insurance agent, and you say, okay, I'm going to live at best until I'm 80 or 90. So you take all the cash you've got, you go from 60 to 90, and you say, I've got this much per year to spend, and then you do that, and you live within your means. But then if someone turns around and says, you know what, you're not looking too chipper, you're not looking too well, or, you start feeling a bit fucking unrighteous, you go see the doctor, and they say, spend some money on the